Hey, how's it going? So, yeah, it's a little off the cuff video of just some shit I've been working on. I don't know, whatever, who cares, right? But anyway, I've been getting into GPS with the drones because normally I was flying without GPS forever, and I was like, yeah, fuck GPS. But now I'm like, yeah, GPS is pretty cool because you can see your speed and return to home and all that fun shit. But yeah, what I was gonna say was that these GPS modules, yeah, I mean, you can get them anywhere. You can get them online. You can get them at, race day quads or any of those quad selling places. And they're cheap. I don't know. They're anywhere from like $10 to like, I guess the sky's the limit, but 10 to 20 bucks maybe. Um, so I was like, because a lot of stuff uses these kind of modules. Like I was thinking, I wonder if GPS have them in them and stuff like that. And it turns out most GPS don't. Most GPS have like a board. I don't know if I have one that I can just pull out. But most GPS, here's one. So this is a Magellan Maestro. It's an older one. Um, this one, the GPS module is actually on. It's one of these. It's covered by a tin or aluminum shield. But yeah, most of the time with the GPS, they try to make them as cheap as possible, and they put the module on the board, so you won't be able to take it off unless you cut it off, and then usually you ruin it or it's not even worth doing. But yeah, this is a Maestro. I've opened up Nuvies. I've opened up the older Garmins. I pretty much opened up every Garmin, probably every Garmin that they've ever made. And you can actually look stuff up on a site called FCC ID. It's a great site. It's awesome. I'll leave a link. But yeah, the FCC, one of the perks of the FCC is that they test any product that is licensed in the U.S. Um, they test them in the FCC. Like if it's like a Wi-Fi or a Bluetooth or a GPS. I don't know about GPS, but I think just because they're emitting some kind of frequency, then they have to test them. But they pretty much test all this stuff, and it's all available online. They have like the external pics, they have the internal pics. It's a great website for finding information on like just some consumer electronics that you may come in contact with, or you might have some stuff laying around your house. And that's where I'm getting these modules from. Is just this is just an old Bluetooth speedometer. It's it's just some. You can get them pretty cheap now. You can get them secondhand or you know the, on eBay or from a yard sale or Goodwill or whatever. You can get them pretty cheap. I think I got this one for like $5. So already you saved, um, and with shipping $7 maybe. But and it also, yeah, I don't think the actual thing's in here right now. It came with all these other things like a stupid rubber thing but that's actually rubber that you could use for something. And with one of those HUD, it came with one of those HUD stickers that you put on your windshield. But whatever. The point was that I got a Bluetooth module out of it. It was like a GPS HUD. I actually have another video of it. I can include a link if I do, if I feel like it. I'll include a link. But yeah, you can get. That's one example. Is this GPS speedometer? It's a C. I think it's called C60 GPS HUD. You can look it up. I forget exactly what the company is. I don't think it says it. It's just some Chinese company. Um, but yeah, it's a GPS HUD. These definitely have modules that actually go up to like 925, 1925, 19200 baud or whatever the highest baud is. They can take it. Um, and here's another example. Is what I'm going to take apart today. Is a Tautronics. Tautronics makes like a bunch of different consumer electronics, but they make they make a dash cam, and the dash cam has an accessory GPS module, and lo and behold, inside of this is a GPS module that you can use with your drones and whatever else. They use a you'll know it by a headphone plug. They actually have other ones with an SMA plug, and that one I don't think has the module in it. But the one with the 3-pin, the headphone plug, that does have the module, because they talk to the module through these pins. They have one, two, they need at least 3 to talk. One for power, two for power, and then one for the transmit or receive. But anyway, inside of this, it's actually a pain in the ass to take apart. But inside of this thing, there's got to be a better way to do it. I tried prying around the edge here. There's like I don't know if you can see it, but it looks like there's a crease there. Maybe if I heated it up. But see, I was always worried I didn't want to damage the module. I actually have taken one of these apart before, but it's like, the module's small inside of there, and there's space. They have these air spaces around it, which is probably some design of the the um, the module. But in any case, I'm gonna take it apart with, it's the brute force method of just like literally just shaving this away until I can get it to pop open, the plastic case. And inside of there is a treat, is your or a surprise, is a GPS module that you can use with your drones or wings or whatever else. It's just a standard serial or TTL serial. I don't know exactly what the hell it is, but it connects with TX and RX pins. It has TX, RX pins, a positive and a negative, and it runs off of I think it can run up to 5 volts, most of them. I mean, you can check. It's either 3.3 or 5 volts, and yeah, Betaflight does it perfectly fine. CleanFlight does it too. It works just like any other module. And yeah, you'll have to play with the baud a little bit. I forget exactly what this does. I think it does, like, the fastest it can do is like whatever the half point is on Betaflight. It's not the slowest, not 9600, but it's not 192,000, I don't know, the highest one. It's still pretty decent though. It'll locate, it'll get a lock in about a minute, and maybe 30 seconds on a hot, if you're doing it, because I think it does have a battery in it. I forget about this one, but I have it on my larger quad, my the Lumineer frame. I forget what it's called. Anyway, I'm gonna take this apart, stop talking about shit, and take this apart. But yeah, it's pretty cool. You can get, I mean, there's probably other things out there. These are just 2 examples of the Taltronics TTCD05 in parentheses G by Taltronics, and you can get them pretty cheap. And this is the GPS HUD speedometer, and this one's cool because it has a bunch of other parts that you can use. It had like a 3 or 4 digit display and like a bunch of other little doohickeys, a daylight sensor and things you can use. I'm all about using parts from stuff that people throw away or stuff like that. I'd rather pull a resistor out of an old circuit board than just use a new one. I mean, maybe it's just ghetto or me being poor or whatever, but I don't know. It's just, I feel like it kind of helps maybe it helps the environment a little better. I don't know. But let's see if we can get this thing open. I really just want to put it in this vise and see if I can just clamp it. So I'm gonna try that. I'll probably mess up this camera here doing that. You get to see my messy floor. But alright, let's see what happens here. I'm gonna just try. Sometimes when you put these in a vise, it'll just pop the thing without damaging the inside. Ooh, I heard a pop. Let's see what happened. Nothing really. We're gonna pop it from the other way and just kind of put just enough so the vise can grab it until it pops. And then you can see that it's starting to you can't see anything because it's not focusing, but you can see that that corner is starting to let loose here, and I'm gonna get, I think I have a plastic